In the world of sales, what's a red flag that you should be paying attention to, that your buyer may be throwing off, that you may not see, and why does it matter? This is an important question. I'm Scott Bell. I'm coming to you live from the North Shore of Oahu. I am at Sharks Cove on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. Sun's not even up yet. Got the twilight going. Perfect day. And today I want to talk to you and share a couple pieces of information about you about mismatches. And a mismatch is this. If I say, I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I really like that girl. Your company is the best thing ever. You are the greatest sales guy ever. I'm gonna do everything like we just said that we were talking about doing. That's a mismatch. And there's gonna be a point where you're watching and you're dealing with the buyer and you're like, what just happened? Okay, now I'm gonna give you a couple of keys where you're really gonna pick up on this, and it's not where you think it's gonna be. Now, typically when somebody's doing this with you, it's not early on in the sales process. It can happen, but it's very rare. Where it's gonna happen is where you finally hit stride with rapport, where you finally get that person in synchronicity and you're having the conversation and they feel comfortable with you and you feel comfortable with them. They may open up and tell you things that you're not prepared to hear. And so this is one of the reasons why it's very dangerous for you to be a rapport type salesperson, and that's the only way that you close deals. Is one, you could be mismatching and not even knowing it. You could be doing this type of stuff with your buyer and explaining your intentions. And if you're doing bad things, please don't be in sales, okay? Please don't be in sales. But all these things are leaks. All these things are issues that come out and people catch them, and like sometimes they see them and they're like, oh, I just saw that. Did you just see that? I just saw that. Did you see that? I saw that. And sometimes they're like, something's wrong here. Got a little bit of a problem. I don't know what it is. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Got the butterflies going, and it creates an issue. And usually these types of mismatches are about expectations. Usually these mismatches are about what the person is willing to do, how they're willing to do it, how they're willing to move forward, how they're willing to pay. This is why it's a red flag. These are why you should pay attention to these things. Now, occasionally people do make those mistakes, and you got to look at social norms, because in some cultures, people will shake their head when they're talking yes and no, and it just takes a couple minutes for you to get used to it and figure out what they're saying and what they're doing. I'm not saying this is 100%. You got to baseline somebody if you're going to look at body language, meaning you got to watch that person and figure out how often they do it, okay? There you go. Red flag in the world of sales, the mismatch. Somebody says one thing, I really love that, okay? Like, you catch it. You're watching my head. I really like that girl. But what they're saying and what they're thinking are two separate things. You got one thing to do from here, just one thing. So you watch, just one thing. I'm gonna smile and nod. Just one thing. You gotta find the subscribe button and click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. This is Scott Bell Consultant. Send another fantastic video, probably from a cool location. Today, I'm at Sharks Cove on the North Shore of Oahu. We'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping by. Aloha.